Okay, so no problem from this video. Watch. Why? Because this is the beginning video. I am muting all of you. If you have any questions, type a message in the chat window. Good morning, guys. Yesterday we have discussed what is Oracle and why is Oracle. Today we are discussing about Oracle versions and also what we are discussing in Oracle, like what is SQL, what is PLSQL, what is the difference between latest version and old versions. Now, what is Oracle? Oracle is a transactional database. It is also known as RDBMS. It is useful to store data, access data, and manage data. The data generally generated from business objects and business activities. That data you are storing at database server. So from the database server, we can easily search the data and we can easily manage the data. End user can easily access the data. Those are the benefits of maintaining database server in the backend. Now, what are the database concepts? So I am explaining about RDBMS. D for data. What is data? Data means collection of information of one object. Collection of information of one object, that is called as data. Like one employee information, one product information, that is known as data. Related to only one item or one object or one transaction, that is known as data. Then the next definition, what is database? See, business is a collection of objects. Similarly, collection of objects means information of all objects. Information of all objects in the business stored at one place. That is called as database. Hope you understand. Only one entity information means data. Information of all entities in the business, that is called as database. Next definition, database management system. So where is your data right now? Under database. Your data is under database. Fine. What is management system? Why should we manage the data? Simple example. In your company, today 20 employees are there. After some days, if your company recruiting 10 employees, again I'm repeating, present in your company 20 employees are there. After some days, if the company recruiting 10 employees, means total employees in your company 30. So recruited employees information should be entered into the database server. Means if there is additional information, we should add it to the database. If there is unnecessary information, delete it from database. Adding data, deleting data. Suppose 2 employees are senior employees. Their salary, present salary 40,000. Now their salary increased to 50,000. Already all employee data saved under database. Old salaries are there. From those old salaries, 40,000 is increased to 50,000. Means making changes to the data. First point is adding data. Second point, deleting data. Third point, changing data, right? And fourth point, who can access the data? Only permitted people can access the data. Without permission, you can't access the data. Like your bank account. If you want to access your account details in online, you need to enter username and password. Username and password provided by company or business. So by providing username and password, they are permitting you to access your account details. That is called as authentication, permitting the users authentication. And last point is security. See, you have the account, I have the account. Okay, I can access my account, but I cannot access your account. Suppose you can access your account, but you cannot access other accounts. This is called as security. So many permitted users, but permitted user can access his information only. He cannot access other users' information. That is known as security. So a database along with management system services, along with the data management system services like adding data, deleting data, changing data, security and authentication. A database along with management system services, that is called as database management system. I hope you understand, guys. All the business data saved at one place, but according to everyday business activities, we need to manage our data. How to manage the data? In these ways: adding data, changing data, deleting data, authentication and security. What are the examples of RDBMS? Here some examples I am giving. DBase. In the old days, we have a software DBase, DBase 2, DBase 3, DBase 3 Plus. But in this system also, we have so many drawbacks. What are the drawbacks? Disadvantages are there. So in these softwares, data stored in the form of files, and it is not able to support big scale industries. It is not supporting online data management system. There is no normalization concept and not able to apply business rules on the data. Like that, so many drawbacks are there. See guys, the people don't have basic knowledge. You are unable to understand these points, but don't worry. Once we finish 30% of the Oracle syllabus, automatically you will understand what are these drawbacks. Okay, what is database management system? A database along with data management system services, that is called as DBMS. Okay, so we finished what is data, what is database, what is database management system. Next one, what is RDBMS? Relational Database Management System. What is RDBMS? See, RDBMS means relations are there. Sir, what are the relations? Simple examples I am giving. See, there is a bank, okay, and bank, to the bank you are a customer. This is business. Bank is nothing but business, okay, right? You are a customer. You are a customer, okay. How customer, how this person becoming as a customer? By opening any account. By opening any account. So through account, the customer related to bank. Through account, the customer related to bank means customer and his account details both are related. These two are related. Remember, these two are related. Suppose you are a person. Let us assume you are a person and you want to buy a mobile. You want to buy a mobile. You are buying mobile in Amazon, Amazon.in, right? So who are you? You are a customer. The customer is related with mobile. Mobile is a product. So customer related with product. Related with product. Remember. Okay. Suppose the same customer buying multiple products. Assume that. So he is buying three products. See here, guys. He is buying three products. It is TV. Here he is buying mobile. And here he is buying AC. Three products he is buying. So the customer is making how many orders? Three orders. The customer is making how many orders? Three orders. So customer is making orders. We need to write orders. Okay. He is order. Order is related to what? He is ordering for what? He is ordering for products. So customer is one object. Customer personal information, name, mobile number, mail ID, username, password, address, that is customer information. Order information, order date, order number, order time, order for which product, order payment, payment status, that is orders. So one order is there. That order related to product, product name, product price, okay, and product manufacturing date, product description, product warranty. So how many objects here? Three objects. Three objects related with each other. If you don't make order, see, I am cutting some objects. See here, if you don't make order, you are unable to purchase a product. If you make order, suppose products are not there, assume that there are no products, then is there any meaning for your order? No meaning. Compulsory order related to product. Suppose products are there, but customers not interested in your product. So many products, customers not interested in your product. Then is there any use of business? No use. So compulsory, if there is a person, he will make an order. The order related to product or service, whatever it is. So this is called as related objects. Information of related objects. It's an information of related objects saved at one place, that is called as RDBMS. In DBMS, data stored in the form of files, but in RDBMS, data stored in the form of tables. Data stored in the form of tables. So we have to create three tables here. First, customer table, order table, product table. What is a table? Table, it is a collection of rows and columns. This is a table. This is a table. This is a table. Here in the table, what we can see, table is a collection of rows and columns. See, here we have three columns, two columns, here four columns. It is known as a table. It is known as a table. Remember, table is a collection of rows and columns. What is a row? Here, just simple information I am entering. Customer name, suppose Ajay. Customer location, HYD. Customer mobile number, something 9866 dash dash dash. Next one, Vijay. Customer is from Delhi. And customer mobile number 765 dash dash dash. What is this? See, each line is known as a record. The horizontal information is known as record. The vertical information is known as vertical information means, see, what are all these things? Customer names. Vertical information is known as column. Column known as field. Horizontal information is known as record. So table is a collection of rows and columns. Row is known as a record. Again, I'm repeating. In any RDBMS, data stored in the form of tables. Table is a collection of rows and columns. Row is known as a record. Column is known as field. Don't miss it. Now, who is the father of RDBMS? The father of RDBMS is E.F. Codd. He is a research scholar on the databases. He defined some rules. The rules are 12 rules are there. He defined 12 rules. If any database supporting these rules, then you can use it as RDBMS. If any database supporting these rules, then you can use it as RDBMS. This is about RDBMS concepts. What is data? What is database? What is database management system? And last, what is RDBMS? Let me discuss about history of Oracle. Oracle company, actually it was started in 1977. In 1977, the name of the company is Relational Software Incorporation. Relational Software Incorporation. After 2 years, the company name was changed as Oracle Corporation. In 1979, the name was changed as Oracle Corporation, and after 7 years, 1986, the first successful commercial database was released, that is Oracle 7 in 1986. And later they released Oracle 8. But these two databases not supporting online database management. Through online, you are unable to get your account details. You can store your business data in that database. If you want to access your information, if you want to search some information, see, there is a server. Suppose, hold on guys, I want to show you here. Suppose, let us assume here we have a database. We have the database 7 or 8 both, either Oracle 7 or 8 databases are here. Here Oracle 7 or 8. Fine. Through web page, suppose I want to access the data. I want to access the data. Suppose I am a user. The user can access data from here. The user can access data from here. This is impossible. Why? Because this is a web page. Remember guys, this is a web page. It is a backend database server. So it is not having any features to support online data access, online data management system. So 7 and 8 both are known as standalone databases. In case, sir, I want to access the data, is there any chance? Yes, there is a chance. Suppose you are here, you are working with a system. This is one system, assume that. And similarly, one more system. I am going to take one more system. Here is one more system. So these people directly cannot access data, but these people already connected to database. What is this? It is a system. Understand? It is a system. Two systems are there. Two people are working with the two systems. Two persons are working with the two systems. And see, one more example I'm giving. This is one system. It is a database. We know that. But it is also located under one system. It is a server, and from the server, how to access? If the systems connected to the server directly, connected to the server directly, then only they can access the data. So how to connect? Already you know, LAN, WAN, MAN, local area network, wide area network, middle area network. Through these three networks, if the system's already connected to server, then you can access. Otherwise, you are unable to access through online. Whereas next one, Oracle 8i. I stands for Internet Applications. I stands for Internet Application. It is nothing but web page. Web pages are developed by using which technology? HTML and DHTML. So 8i is a database which is supporting online data access, online data management. 8i is a database that is supporting online data processing. Just now I told you the system's not connected directly. Instead of that, here is two users. Assume that here we have two users working on different systems from different locations. So here is one user and here is one user, and similarly here is one user. Okay, assume that he is from India, he is from USA, he is from Australia, Three different users from three localities. They can access data. Suppose this is a system. It is a system again. It's a server. This is called as backend server. So it is located at Europe. Server is in Europe, but local people are from India, USA, Australia. How to access? You can access your details through web pages. These are called as web pages. These are called as web pages. And all these web pages are managing with one server. So that server is called as web server. This is called as web server. See here, guys. So he is communicating with the web page. He is also. And the request is passed to web server. There is a web server for every company. Remember, from the web server, the request passed to database server. From the web server, the request will be passed to database server. Don't miss these things. It is called as web page. And this is also called as web page. And here it is known as web page. All these company web pages, suppose it is an Amazon company. All the Amazon related web page requests managed by web server. This is the possibility from Oracle 8i, not 7 and 8. Here your version is Oracle 8i onwards. From 8i, it is supporting online data processing. Now, Oracle 9i, here so many advantages. See guys, this is actually this part. See, this part is known as, you can divide this architecture into two ways. This part is known as client part, and this part is known as server part. From 8i, it is supporting client server architecture. So here in different countries, we have different users. In different countries, we have different users. The users making requests. Okay, so these users are called as clients, and client requests processed in the backend server system. This is the server level. Okay, now 9i is also similar to 8i, but 9i is providing some e-business development tools, ERP development tools. Next, 10G. What is 10G? It's a grid technology, grid database. What is grid database? Grid database will manage a set of multiple database servers. Grid database is managing a set of multiple database servers. Suppose you have a business. This is your business. Business has 4 branches. Your business has 4 branches. This is branch 1. For every branch, you should maintain a database server. Branch 1 server, branch 2 server, and branch 3 server, and similarly branch 4 server. Branch 4 server. So in your business, if you have 100 branches, then you have to monitor your servers from the 100 different places. there is a one innovative idea. How can I monitor all my servers from one place? Can I manage all the servers from one place? Yes. How? All these database servers are connected to grid system. There is a grid system. Grid is one system. It is, see, from the grid system, you can monitor all your branches. All of the sudden, if any server down, suppose this server was down, all of the sudden this server was down, then, but business is not stopping. Business is always running entity. So the transactions happening at this branch, the transactions happening at this branch maintained under grid. Once the server is ready, these transactions move to this database server. So grid will take the responsibility of any server. From the grid, we can easily monitor all servers. It is easy to manage multiple servers. This is called as grid technology. Grid. Okay. Now the next version is Oracle 11G. 10G, it's a grid technology. 11G, it is also grid technology. What is the additional feature in 11G? To understand 11G, you should understand what are the types of RDBMS. What are the types of RDBMS? Generally, in any project, we have two types of RDBMS. Just 1 second. Let me open the diagram so that you can easily understand. Hold on. Here we have a diagram for RDBMS types. RDBMS types. Instead of that, okay, let me open this. One more diagram is there, very clear diagram. Hold a moment, guys. Let me open another one also. So what is Oracle 11G? 11G is also a grid database. See guys, whether it is 12C or 18C or 19C, but in the project you can see two types of RDBMS. What are those types? Let me show you. See here guys, this is the role of database in the project. I hope you are able to see. Okay. See, you have a business. Business has branches. From the branches, the users interacting with the business. How they are interacting? Through web pages. Okay. If a user make any request in the web page, that request to processed under backend database server. The backend database servers are called as OLTP RDBMS. the users interacting with web page. The request is processed under backend database server. That server is called as OLTP RDBMS. Online transaction processing RDBMS. Online transaction processing RDBMS. Sir, what is this? Nothing. See, generally any business can manage the information. Any business can maintain the information periodically. Periodically. What is the common business period? Quarter. Quarter means 3 months business period. 3 months considered as one business period. What is this month? July, right? See, April, May, June. This is first business period in India according to Indian financial academic year. Financial academic year, April, May, June. This is called as first business period. July, August, September. We are in July. July, August, September. That is the second business period. October, November, December. Third business period. January, February, March. Fourth business period. According to Indian financial calendar, I am explaining. According to USA financial calendar, January, February, March, first business period. But Indian calendar, according to Indian calendar, April, May, June, first business period. Our financial year beginning at April 1st, ending at next year, March 31st. But in USA, the financial year is beginning at January 1st. So anyway, 3 months business period is known as 3 months period is known as business period. That is also called as a quarter. First quarter, second quarter, third quarter, like that. So current quarter data maintained under OLTP. Don't miss it. Current quarter data maintaining under OLTP. Old quarter data, April, May, June already completed. Okay. So completed business period data moved into data warehouse. Each time the quarter completed means the data moved into data warehouse. But present quarter data maintaining under OLTP. So data warehouse is maintaining already completed business period data, means old data. So data warehouse is called, it is also RDBMS. Remember, this is also RDBMS. This is also RDBMS. Here it has only current data, current business period data. So it is called as online transaction processing database. Data warehouse is known as online analytical processing RDBMS. I hope you understand, guys. Okay. Immediately we have a doubt. Sir, why don't we maintain all the data at one place? Why don't we maintain all the data at one place? Never maintain like that. Simple example I am giving. If you maintain all the data at one place, after some business days, business months, the data size becomes very larger. In that large amount of data, data searching is difficult, data managing is also difficult. But if you want to easily manage the data, then you should maintain old data separately and current data separately. Yes, Neha, I will share this picture. No problem. So what is Oracle 11g? 11g is supporting OLTP activities, means you can set up this database as OLTP as well as OLAP also. But up to Oracle 10g, don't you are unable to set up Oracle 10g as data warehouse. But from 11g, you can use it to maintain OLTP data and also to maintain OLAP data. Why? Because OLAP and OLTP both supporting by Oracle 11g onwards. Okay, fine. Next one. What is Oracle 12c? It is called as online analytical processing, Sridhar. Online analytical processing. Next, what is Oracle 12c? It is a cloud database. Cloud database. What is cloud? Here we have one drawback, guys. Here we have one drawback. What is the drawback? See, assume that your business has 100 branches. Then we should maintain 100 servers. If your business has 1,000 branches, then you should maintain 1,000 servers. That is also very difficult to maintain that many number of servers. So what should I do? Instead of maintaining many database servers, I can maintain only one database. What is the database name? Cloud database or container database. Only one big database. But this big size database not required for single branch. Hope you understand. This size database not necessary to my single branch. Then what should I do? I will take one building. In that building, I will maintain groceries under one floor, maintain apparels under one floor, maintain footwear under one floor, maintain electronics under one floor. Why should I place my business in different locations? All items I will maintain under one building. Similarly, all my branch level, see, repeating again, it is a very big space database. This space not required for single branch. So in this big space, I will make some reservations. Reserving this space, it is one space that is reserving for branch 1 and reserving the second space. This I am reserving for branch 2 and reserving this space for branch 3. Okay, if I have 100 branches, then I can make 100 reservations. If I have 1,000 branches, then I can make 1,000 reservations. What is the benefit? Any number of branches, but all the branches data saved at one common database. And I can monitor all my 1,000 branches from one place. It's easier than 11g. This is the benefit of cloud database. 12c, it's a cloud database. 18C, it is also cloud database. 19C, it is also cloud database. And see, the cloud database is called as container database. This is a common database or container database. And the space reserved for a specific branch. So this is the space reserved for branch 1. The space reserved for specific branch, that is called as pluggable database, guys. Pluggable database. See the name. This is pluggable database. Don't miss that name. What is this? Container database or common database. And this is known as a pluggable database. Okay. And here, 2 levels of security. So this is main gate entrance. Main gate entrance. If you take any, what we have to say, gated community buildings, corporate buildings, 2 levels of security. This is main gate check 1. And before entering into this block, again, there is a security check. So if you are maintaining cloud database, you have more levels of security. And you can easily manage all databases from one place. If you make any changes here, it is a gated community building. If you arrange park, if the management people arranging playing park, children's park, walking park, whatever it is, or function hall, the function hall available to all families residing in that gated community. Means what I am saying is, if you make any changes under CDB, this is the CDB. If you make any changes under CDB, that changes available to all pluggable databases. All pluggable databases. This is the benefit of cloud database. This is the benefit of cloud databases. Somebody is asking a question. Hold on, guys. Avinash. To perform RDB like fetch, add, delete at CDB. Yes. At CDB level also, you can fetch data. See, you are not catching correct point. Again, I'm repeating. See, guys. Branch level databases, right? See, again, I'm repeating, guys. Branch level databases. Okay, fine. These are branch level. So these are called as OLTP databases. They are supporting OLTP operations. Here it is supporting OLAP operations. So what is OLAP? RDBMS. What is OLTP? Again RDBMS. So you can see, you can fetch data from here as well as you can also fetch data from here. Data management operations, fetching data, inserting data, changing data, deleting data, you can also do on OLAP. Okay. So now the next point, what is the difference between 12C and 18C, 19C? All are supporting cloud database. All are supporting cloud database, but 12C, it's a cloud. 18C, autonomous cloud database. 19C, also autonomous cloud database. What is autonomous cloud database? See, You are a customer to a bank. You are a customer to a bank. Customer to a bank means bank is business. Bank is a business and you are the customer. You want to withdraw money, but bank is too far from you. You want to withdraw money. Suppose you are a customer. He want to withdraw money. How to withdraw? Withdraw money. So he want to withdraw money from the bank means bank is too far away. Then alternate option, he will choose ATM. From the ATM, he can withdraw. The ATM is related to bank. ATM is related to bank. Okay, fine. One bank has how many ATMs? One bank has how many ATMs? So many ATMs or only one ATM? So many ATMs are there related to bank. Then this is only one business, guys. Remember, this is a business actually, right? And here the business has so many ATMs. The ATM maintenance responsibility, ATM maintenance responsibility take that is given to third party people. Generally, any bank ATMs nowadays you are seeing in your society. Of course, you are observing or not, I don't know. But in your locality, ICICI Bank, so many ATMs for that. All the ICICI Bank ATM's responsibility taken care by third party business. Means money loading, ATM machines servicing, that can be done by third party people. Similarly, say this is my business. For my business, I have a database. The database management responsibility given to some other third party company. Some other third party company. See, these people are known as customers. This is called as business. This is called as business. Remember, the business data management is given to third party company. In case I am running business and maintenance of database also taken care by me. I have the business, I am seeing a business and also I am seeing database management also. Then it is called as autonomous database. What is the database? Autonomous cloud database. Generally, cloud database nowadays two major companies in the world. One is Amazon Cloud Systems, Oracle Cloud Systems, and recently Microsoft Cloud Systems also entered. But two big competitors in the world is Amazon and Oracle. I have the company in India, so I have a cloud database. The database responsibility management is taken care by Oracle company. Means Oracle company is the third party. They are monitoring my database. In case if I am the business person, as a business person, if I am maintaining my database myself by recruiting some employees, then it is known as autonomous body, autonomous cloud database. I hope you understand, guys. So anyway, the last version, Oracle 19C. For 18C, the support from Oracle company is up to 2023. Again, for Oracle 18c, the support from Oracle company is up to the year 2023. For Oracle 19c, the support from Oracle company is 2026. And in our Oracle, what we are learning? We are learning SQL and PLSQL. Why? Because by using SQL and PLSQL, you are writing applications, database application programs by using SQL and PLSQL. According to business activities, you are writing programs. You are writing programs. To write those programs, before that, you should understand what is SQL and what is PLSQL. And yesterday, I sent course content document to all of you. So verify the document for the complete details of the course content. This is about what are the versions of Oracle. And tomorrow we are discussing about what is SQL and what is SQL Plus, how to create user accounts. That we will discuss tomorrow. That's all for today, guys. Thank you all of you. See you tomorrow. Yeah, Venkatesh, I have your mail ID. Okay, guys. Thank you all of you. See you tomorrow. Okay. Okay. Hold on, guys. Hold on. Just last moment. Just hold on. Venki Bachu 59 at C. What is the mail ID you have given, Venkatesh? What is GT mail? It should be Gmail, right? Okay. Actually, you registered with the same mail. So I tried to send it to same mail, but it was failed, I think. Sridhar. Sri, not Sri. Sridhar. Okay. Received Friday. Don't discuss the old videos, Satish. Yesterday also you are requesting about Friday, Saturday, Friday, Saturday. Don't discuss. You are listening from the first class again. Then why are you hurry about old sessions? Hmm? Satish.Nilagiri 33. Yes, I have your mail ID. Right, guys. Thank you all of you. See you tomorrow.